Vitaly Zdorovetskiy exploded onto the internet, pranking stadiums, climbing the Hollywood sign, and earning millions of YouTube views. But today, the 33-year-old Russian-American face of shock content is behind bars in Manila, facing criminal charges with no country willing to take him. In this video, we trace his meteoric rise from wild pranks to real legal consequences, ending in a hostage-like legal limbo. Want to dig deeper? Head to SLOTSTREAMERS.BIO for exclusive bios, massive wins, and all the drama.Vitaly Zdorovetskiy was born on March 8, 1992, in Murmansk, Russia. He spent his early years in Odessa, Ukraine, until his family immigrated to Florida, where he attended Park Vista Community High School for a time. As a teen, Vitaly dreamed of becoming a professional skateboarder, but quit due to repeated injuries. By age 15, he was working odd jobs, collecting trash for $5 per hour, spinning signs dressed as Uncle Sam for about $20 per shift, and bussing tables at a Miami restaurant. At 18, seeking more money, he filmed an adult scene with a porn actress for Bang Bros in 2011. In 2012, he posted Miami zombie attack prank, dressed as a zombie to scare strangers in Miami's poor neighborhoods. The video resonated amid real-world panic over a cannibal attack and rapidly hit tens of millions of views. That viral moment ignited his YouTube career, soaring his channel from 100K to over 4 million subscribers in just a year.
How did you get 6 million views in 3 days on your zombie prank?
Well, the bath salts attack, everybody thought, oh, zombies are coming, the world's ending. I was like, let me dress up as a zombie and go chase people. And I went to chase people, and white people didn't run, so I went to the hood and all the blacks ran.
And what was like the impact of that video? Like, did you get your first revenue check?
That was my first revenue check. That definitely, it got me to like from 3,000 subscribers to 100K. So that started my career. And then as soon as that happened, I went to 2 months to jail for the Russian Hitman video.
He followed up with Russian Hitman prank in mid-2012, posing with a fake bomb briefcase, leading to a real police arrest and charges of bomb threat, though they were eventually dropped. Despite or because of that arrest, subscribers kept climbing. By 2013, Vitaly was branching into more elaborate stunts, an emotionally charged extreme homeless man makeover raising $10K in donations, a gold digger prank that vaulted him into the global top ranks, and later, high-stakes campus pranks aired on Good Day LA. But shock was part of the formula.
Yeah, I wrestled a bull.
And what's the story behind it?
What's the story behind it? I had a brand deal, a crazy good brand deal for a live streaming app, and they go, yo, we're gonna give you X amount, we want you to break at least 100K on your first live stream. But it doesn't matter about the financial, of course it's good, but I was like, I'm Vitaly, I'm gonna put on the best show for my first live stream. What do I need to do? I was like, fuck, wrestle a bull, because people that love me are gonna watch it, and people that hate me are gonna watch it because they want to see me get hurt. Yeah, I did that bull, broke my jaw, had my mouth wired shut for 6 months. It was crazy. Yeah. I think one thing I regret in my life wasn't even the bang bust, bro. I think it's the bull.
But early hustle was only the beginning. Vitaly didn't just want views. He wanted to dominate public space, grab headlines, and turn outrage into a career. And that's exactly what he did next. By the time Miami Zombie exploded online, Vitaly had found his formula. But viral success wasn't just about views. It was about spectacle. He didn't rely on punchlines or editing tricks. His method was direct. Take real environments, push them to the edge of chaos, and record the public's reaction. His audience didn't just watch his videos. They waited for what rule he would break next. In 2014, he interrupted the FIFA World Cup final by storming the pitch mid-game. That wasn't a random act. It was branded. The title of his movie was written on his chest. 2 years later, he pulled the same move at the NBA Finals. In both cases, he was arrested. In both cases, his subscriber count surged. These weren't stunts for their own sake. They were growth strategies. Sometimes these stunts involved more than just Vitaly. In 2019, he pressured his girlfriend to streak the Champions League final wearing Vitaly Uncensored branding, threatening to break up with her if she refused. That same summer, his own mother ran onto the pitch during the Cricket World Cup, despite suffering from severe anxiety and insomnia. For Vitaly, no one was off limits if it meant keeping the spotlight on himself. The press labeled him reckless, sponsors were divided, but algorithms rewarded frequency and friction, and Vitaly was generating both. By the end of the decade, his videos were pushing past 1 billion total views. He had more reach than some cable networks. He wasn't just a YouTuber anymore. He was a public figure whose platform was built on disruption. But the higher he climbed, the less room he had to move. YouTube's policies were evolving. Advertisers advertisers were growing cautious and authorities weren't laughing anymore. Vitaly had built a global brand, but its foundation was becoming unstable. Vitaly's rise was never clean. Legal trouble followed closely behind the clicks. In 2014, he was arrested in Brazil after storming the pitch during the FIFA World Cup final. In 2016, he climbed the Hollywood sign and draped it with a banner promoting his new adult content platform, earning another arrest and citywide condemnation. He began testing YouTube's boundaries more openly, mixing shock, sex appeal, and aggression in a format that maximized engagement but blurred the line between content and crime. But it wasn't just trespassing. In 2020, while allegedly under the influence of psychedelic drugs, he attacked a female jogger in Miami Beach without provocation.
I see this girl jogging and she's running towards me. Last thing I remember is, please help. And I tried to hug her and she pushed me or whatever. And yeah, I hit her. I realized what I was doing on top of her. And I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't even run back to the house. The article says I tried to hit my house. I didn't know what was happening. They arrest me. But while they're arresting me, I think that they're tripping. The cops are tripping. And I was like, I need to save this whole world. And then I just remember going to jail and coming closer to reality. And then somebody told me what happened. I was like, what am I charged for? And just, that's it. My life just crashed.
His mugshots circulated widely, and for many viewers, it marked a turning point where reckless antics morphed into real violence. After that, his public presence shifted. YouTube demonetized him. Instagram began removing his posts. In response, he leaned into NSFW content via Vitaly Uncensored, which offered raw, uncensored videos behind a paywall. His tone grew more erratic. He still courted attention, but the audience was shrinking, and so was the room he had to maneuver. By the year 2023, most of his stunts were being filmed in countries with looser law enforcement, and fans began speculating he was deliberately avoiding the US legal system. All that calculated escalation, celebrity arrests, cross-border stunts led directly to April 2025. The streets of Manila awaited his next move. On April 4, 2025, Vitaly Zdorovetskiy was arrested in Bonifacio Global City, Metro Manila, during a chaotic live stream broadcasted on Kick. The footage, now circulated on social media and cited in multiple police reports, showed him engaging in a series of disruptive actions, grabbing a security guard's cap, attempting to disarm him, trying to ride off in a local tricycle taxi, climbing onto a parked motorcycle, entering a McDonald's branch without permission, and ripping a wall-mounted electric fan from its socket. He was visibly agitated, ignored staff requests to leave, and caused what police called public disturbance with intent to provoke. Eyewitnesses described his behavior as erratic and threatening. Officers detained him later that same day. The charges went beyond public nuisance. He was formally accused of unjust vexation, attempted theft, malicious mischief, alarm and scandal, unauthorized video recording, and trespassing. Authorities also initiated proceedings under Philippine immigration law, labeling him an undesirable foreign national. Bail was denied due to the severity and number of charges. Vitaly was transferred to the Bicutan detention facility in Taguig City, a notoriously overcrowded prison where detainees often sleep on concrete floors or cardboard sheets in shared spaces without proper ventilation, and basic medical care is minimal. Local officials confirmed he would remain in custody until trial, citing public safety concerns. Legal experts in the Philippines noted that while the maximum sentence for some of the individual charges may be under 2 years, the cumulative potential sentence could reach up to 24 years, depending on how the charges are grouped. The Department of Justice emphasized that his actions showed clear disrespect for local institutions and laws, and warned that deportation would not be considered until all legal processes were complete. The scale of the backlash extended all the way to the top. The president of the Philippines publicly commented on Vitaly's behavior, calling it infuriating and pointing to a disturbing trend of vloggers disrespecting others for views. "Do not expect that we will tolerate these actions," he said, a rare direct remark from a head of state about a social media figure. Internationally, his situation grew more complex. Vitaly holds dual US-Russian citizenship, but neither country offered support. A spokesperson from the US State Department declined comment, while the Russian embassy issued a statement distancing itself from the case and urging Russian nationals to follow Philippine law. Without intervention from either side, Vitaly was effectively left stateless inside a jail system, unaccustomed to high-profile foreign detainees. This wasn't a prank gone too far. There were no sponsors, no brand tie-ins, and no production team. The cameras kept rolling falling, but there was no audience left cheering. For the first time in his career, there was no way to turn the chaos into content, and no one willing to clean it up. While he was silent, others jumped at the opportunity to fill the void. Within 48 hours, dozens of commentary YouTubers had posted reaction videos, news breakdowns, and timeline compilations. Channels that once followed Vitaly's rise now dissected his fall, not with sympathy, but with detachment. For the content world, it was just another story, short-lived, clickable, profitable. Just as Vitaly had once used strangers, events, and public spaces to generate chaos and views, creators were now doing the same with him.
Wait, it's like confirmed he's gonna do time? Up to how many years?
I seen the headline like they trying to see.
Not 5 years, there's no fuck.
20?
No, they said 10. I thought it was...
The format he helped normalize had turned on him. He had become the punchline, the thumbnail, the case study. None of the big YouTubers reached out publicly. There were no tweets in his defense, no open letters, no streamers offering legal help. His name was mentioned, monetized, and moved on from. Inside Taguig jail, reports suggest Vitaly submitted a handwritten appeal through a court-appointed attorney. It didn't spread. There was no press release, no viral repost, no fan campaign. After years of engineering headlines, he was alone, with nothing to amplify his voice and no one to redirect the narrative. And if you're curious about the stories behind other streamers, head to SLOTSTREAMERS.BIO for deeper profiles and the drama that keeps viewers coming back.